Hello, everybody. This is Ron Bumblefoot Thal. Let's rock!
Vilified for the man I've become. Tomorrow's always yesterday, yeah. I am the light, I am the rage. Won't you let me in?
So, how are you?
I'm good. Welcome back to Let's Rock.
Great to be back. Great to
I
be
know this
chatting
is
again.
awesome. I'm so
And
happy because I've been listening to that song nonstop for about a week and a half now.
cool.
Vilified. It is something
And
else, dude. First of all, congratulations are in order because that's a beast of a tune.
oh,
Uh,
thank you. Thanks.
and I'm so happy that Jeff Scott Soto is on this because I'm a huge Jeff Scott Soto fan.
Yeah.
And I'm just, I don't know, man. I'm just so happy that Art of Anarchy is back. They have, you guys have such a great groove, such a great feel to you. And I'm just happy that you're back.
Thank you. It's been quite a quite a ride with that band.
No
Going back
kidding,
to
right?
yeah, I mean, it started off, it wasn't even meant to be a band. Like, it originally started, it's just John and Vince Voda, these twin brothers that play guitar and drums that I used to record when they were teenagers. Like, I've known them for 25 years more now, and wonderful guys. And they wanted to make the album they never got to make. And this was in 2011. This is a dozen years ago. And they had 10 songs that they had written the music for. So I was like, yeah, come in the studio, we'll record it. So we just in here, recorded, I threw on some extra guitar, and they were gonna have different singers sing on different songs and put it out themselves.
Okay.
So the first one that did it was Scott Weiland. And he did such a great job on that first song. It was Till the Dust Is Gone, the one that came out as one of the singles we shot the video for and everything. And then from his camp, they said, why don't we make this a band? Why don't we turn this into a band? He'll do the whole album. This will become a real band. It's like, okay, good. And then we got John Moyer on bass, and there we are, we're a band. And then when we put out the album, things got turbulent, and I won't get into all the ugly stuff, rest his soul. But we continued on with another singer that kind of same, we just went, I like to say, from the frying pan into the fire. And then by 2017, it was like, all right, we need to, it was on hold at that point. And 2018 on hold. And then it was pretty much indefinite. It was like, who knows if this band will ever come back after all the hell it went through. So end of 2019, John gets deathly ill with some unknown illness. Doctors couldn't figure out what it was, but it was slowly killing him piece by piece. He was losing his eyesight. He was losing ability to breathe. They didn't know what it was. And all he could do is lie in bed with a guitar in his hand and watch movies and try and not go crazy from just sitting there slowly dying. And what he would do is he would just watch movies with a guitar in his hand, and he would watch the Joker movie over and over and over. Just keep watching the Joker movie. And as he would watch, he would just be noodling on guitar and almost playing whatever he felt watching the movie, and was almost writing songs to the movie. And the opening scene to that movie, the thing that he would play over and over, because things started to stick. So by the 100th time watching this movie, playing to it, it's all sort of forming and solidifying, and he's almost has this little guitar soundtrack that he wrote to the movie. So the opening to the movie, the opening scene was the Vilified intro, that guitar riff, that slow. So anyway, so they figured out what was wrong with him and started giving him treatment, the word. So this is right at the time that COVID is hitting really hard. So he couldn't even get to the hospital to get his treatments. And it wiped out his immune system from the treatments, where if he did get COVID, he was done. He'd be dead. He wouldn't be able to fight it. So it was a really scary time for him. And once he was back to normal or getting healthier, I should say, came into the studio and said, I got the song I want to record. And it was the song Vilified. It was just the music to it. Him and his brother laid the music to it. And that's what started the band back up. And every Friday during the pandemic, they would come over and we would just put a song together. And by the end of the day, have a song recorded and done. Just two guitars and drum parts to it. And we did about 2 albums worth of music. And during that time, Jeff Scott Soto, my Sons of Apollo bandmate, would always say to me, you know, you should have just gotten me to sing from the beginning and everything would have been smooth and fine and good. He's like, I know. So I mentioned it, you know, he said that more than once over the years. And I mentioned it to the guys. I said, you know, Jeff kind of offered himself as the singer to this, and immediately they just said, he's in. Absolutely. If he wants in this, he is singer number 3. Plus he's got a Scott in his name, so it follows tradition of having, you know, singers with some kind of Scott in their name. So
That's amazing.
there it is. So he's in. So he starts taking the music we're writing and starting writing lyrics and melodies to it all. And yeah, this 3rd album is now coming together. And
The release for this next year, right?
February of 2024. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, unbelievable song. And one thing that really hit me, this is some powerful shit you guys are writing. You know, it's obviously about mental illness. The video is one of the few videos in the last, I don't even know how many years, that I can actually sit through and enjoy the message. And I shouldn't say enjoy because it's pretty dark, but you know, it's something
engaged with.
Yeah, you know, especially these days with all the talk of mental illness, and it's more out there now. One thing that really interested me was, and I don't know if this was intentional or not, but the cell phones, everyone trying to take videos on their cell phones in the video.
Yeah. It's just a slice of reality.
Well, that's it. And I was wondering if that was just kind of showing the negative impact of social media in the world these days.
Little brother is watching.
All the time.
Going back to my album in 2015, that's what that was about, how everybody was so concerned about Big Brother, but really it's just an army of little brothers that are all catching things for better or worse. And yeah, but that's the reality. Is, you know, everybody is capturing the moment. They're not contributing, they're
capturing, they're not helping.
Yeah, I mean, people do contribute. You know, there are those that will run into the burning building and save people, but the majority will just stand outside and film. But this video, yes, it's about, you know, a veteran with PTSD, and it's like a little mini movie, short story, and it was directed by Dale Rage Restaghini, who has been doing our videos, Art of Anarchy videos, since the beginning. He almost did all of them. Yeah, he's our guy. And so this veteran is at his darkest point, and he's thinking of killing himself, and someone called the police, and the police are out there and they're going to come in. It'll end up being a shootout. It's going to end ugly. And then the child, his daughter, breaks through the barricade, gets around them, and runs into the house. They're like, no. She runs in, they see each other, and it brings them back to reality and what matters and everything. And it's just an example of what people go through. And as far as the lyrics that Jeff wrote to Vilified, which is also how people are so demonized and treated as villains when maybe they should be treated with understanding.
Right.
Yeah, instead of just painting everybody as a monster that you don't agree with.
It's heavy. It's heavy.
And that's the thing about this album. This third album, the music has gone back to the sort of unfiltered, off the leash kind of writing that the first album had musically. John and Vince have a lot of roots in old school metal, and you can hear the Megadeth, Metallica vibes of things that they write and play. Uh, and yeah, it touches on things that are real, and the good and the bad. Yeah.
You have Tony Dickinson in the band as well.
Yes. Yes. So during that time off, John Moyer, who was there from the beginning, our bassist, he wasn't going to continue. So the perfect choice was Tony Dickinson, who is Jeff Scott Soto's bassist in his band Soto. They're both in Trans-Siberian Orchestra. The new Mike Mangini album, he's the bass player on that. Super talented guy, great guy, funny guy, wonderful guy. So he took the album, laid all the bass on it, and we're back. Yeah.
Oh,
We got hooked up with Pavement. That company is our record label, and they are a killer team. They're wonderful.
so what is the plan for this? Are you touring with this, or is this going to be?
That's the plan.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
because we never really got to. Yeah, so this is the plan. We have a great booking agent that's looking into 2024, all the opportunities, any possibilities, and we'll see what comes down the pipeline and see what we can do. So the plan is absolutely to get out and play.
awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's. I was wondering about that because I don't think you did any touring with the last two albums.
The second album, we did a little bit of touring. I mean, a dozen shows, maybe that. Yeah, but there wasn't a lot of support for
Right.
it. Now there is.
Good.
Now we have a team where everybody is on board. No sabotage.
Okay,
No
good,
ineptitude.
good. And you've got someone that you know and trust as your singer, right? So it's not going to backfire on you.
Completely. Jeff is a phenomenal guy. And after years, we're a great team, Jeff and I. So that's not, so everyone's connected. You have Jeff and Tony have their connection. Jeff and I have the connection. I have the connection with the voters. So we're all, yeah. And we're talking every day. We have our WhatsApp thread. We're constantly in touch with each other. And it's the most band-like, when you picture what a band should be, like a team, equals, partners, everything that I've ever been in.
Nice. When I do interviews, I don't read other interviews or listen to other interviews with the person I'm interviewing. I just want to ask my questions, and I apologize if this has been asked a million times, but if Jeff Scott Soto is in Art of Anarchy, does that mean there's no Sons of Apollo anymore?
That has splintered off into other things. So I'm playing with Jeff. I'm playing with Derek. We have things. So yeah, that's where it's at.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Good to know.